enjoyment down. 'Cause I don't know how to feel, but someday you're mine. I don't know. Ow, please. Wait, all there is this one. Is this the only package? I got... Are you serious? Oh, hell no. Girl, you are summoned to jury service. Any person willfully failing to complete and submit these forms may be punished for contempt of court. Any person willfully failing to appear at the time ordered by the court may be punished under section both contempt of court and failure to appear are criminal charges that may result in jail time, a fine, or both. What the fudge? What the? Oh, hell no. Your term of service is 3-month term. How do I get out of this? Oh, hell no. How do I get out of this? Tell them I know the person? It doesn't say the person. Oh, heck no. I don't know what this means. Jury duty, and I can go to jail. It is a criminal charge. They pay you? Wait, they pay you? Girl, if they pay me, what does that mean? Do I have to say something? Or you don't have to say nothing? I object. Send them all free. Just kidding. They pay you probably not much, huh? I got a 3-month term. So what does that mean? For 3 months straight, I gotta go to all of them? Every quarter or what? Girl, I know you lying. I better might as well walk up in there with a suit. I work here now. Yeah, I'm gonna tell them I'm having surgery, but I think I probably have to have proof, huh? Ah, dude, I can't forget this. Y'all don't let me forget that shit. I have to have it where I can see it in my face. We cannot forget that. I have to stay in a hotel. $14 a day, shitty. This is state of New Mexico, county of Curry, so where I am. Summons to jury service. Wait, what? The court complies with the Americans with Disabilities Act and provides sign and spoken language at no cost. The court will make reasonable accommodations for jurors that request it. Please notify the court of your need for an accommodation for a disability or for a signed or spoken language interpreter. $5. Hell no. What, do you go every day? You have to go every day for 3 months? I work. That is facts. I work. I am not, no. I am a single mom of 7. No. I can't do that all day for 3 months every day? Is that what it is, or it's just sometimes? Okay, there's this package. I don't know if you're talking about this one. This was the only package that was, it was actually at my door. Is it federal? It doesn't say. I have to fill out something online. The only package I have is these cereal containers I ordered. There's no packages. Someone sent me a package, but there's no packages. There's nothing. So I don't know what she's talking about. You go only if you are picked. So it says, in accordance with the law section, and you have been selected for jury service. Your term of service is 3-month term. It comes with 4, and they were like 20 bucks for 4 of them. So that way we could fill it up with our cereals, because we have a lot of box of cereals and they get like, the kids don't close them correctly or something, you know. Man. So I have to fill out some form. Fuck, I'm gonna call them tomorrow. I'm gonna say, what the hell is this? What the hell is this? What the hell is this? I have to go for 3 months. Thank you. They're on my TikTok shop. All the time, I got mental health problems. This will give me PTSD. Well, we got in the car for nothing. No, I needed to see that though. I have until the 13th, it says. I am never voting again. It says that I can go to jail. Very interesting, was it? Now, if it's something interesting, I mean, but if I'm not making money and it's making me miss work, that's dumb. I think it would be fun too if it's something interesting, but if it's not, then boring. Okay, we do have this new brow from iMethod. I guess we could do a quick, since I don't have brows on, we could try it. It's their new one. It's got a brow gel, when I ain't got no hairs to use, and a gel pen. But this might work for some of y'all. Yeah, they'll send a bench warrant. I don't need that. So I'm gonna call them tomorrow and get like, they'll tell me exactly what the hell. I'll probably have to get doctor's notes for surgery. This is very interesting and scary. Shit, maybe we should go, but what about my job? Okay, cool. So it comes with a eyebrow gel on this side. So this is the iMethod brow pen. So you guys know I use iMethod brow pen on my eyebrows already. Love them. This is their new one. So this is for my girlies, I think, that have like thicker hair, and then you need the pen and the eyebrow gel. So let's see. It looks like this. See the pointies? Okay. Let's do it on our hand first. Oh. Okay, they don't have spaghetti sauce on me. Oh. Oh. Oh shit, my brows, look at them, they're hairy growing in. Okay. Okay, pigment. Yeah, my kids have been so attitude with me lately. I hate it. Okay, I did that one way different. Okay, then I'm gonna fill it in. I'm trying to do it like my other one. Okay. Ooh, I like this. Fuck, I fucked up. I made it too thick. Shit. Okay, I'm fucking it up. Anyways. We got jury duty. How fun. Can we talk about it? Maybe get content. Okay, now we're gonna do the strokes. Okay. Okay, sis. Okay, they're not the same, but yes, they're on my TikTok shop. And get the glue that's on my TikTok shop too. It's like $6. Use that with this. Yeah, I don't have a job. What job? I don't have a job. Okay, then you got the eyebrow gel, which I only have like half an eyebrow on this side, but we'll use it. I wonder if my brows will be kind of grown in by the time I go to Miami. Oh shit. You scared me. Man, that scared the hell out of me. Oh wow, look at my hairs. Y'all can't tell. It's too dark in here. Can't talk about the cases, but isn't it public records? I mean, anybody can go in the courts and sit there through a court and listen to it. Anybody can call and listen to it too, right? Listen to the court. I don't get it. I do take their devices away. I like it. Look, what do you guys think? I did them different. Now this one has hair and this one don't have hair, so there's a difference in them, but I didn't do this right shape, but this one's too thick. Not bad. Can't talk till cases over. Hopefully I just don't get selected. It says, I guess it starts in January, February, March, April. It said, hold on. That's April. January, February, March, April. That's in April, so it starts April 2nd. But I have until the 13th to do that form, so I need to do that. Cool, so that'll be after my surgery. And if I get selected, I'll see I'm still healing from my surgery. I always notice pimples when I'm in the car. Will you be recovering? Yeah, I think so. That's if I get selected. I'll just tell them I'm recovering, girl. I'll go to the doctor and be like, look, I had surgery. Write me a letter. I'm sure they would. Y'all know what I want? Who wants to love me for lifers? You know what I want? Guess. Take a guess. Take a guess. Any guess? We want coffee! Coffee, 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 coffee. Coffee, 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 coffee. I need to fix this now. Dubai chocolate with chopsticks, she said. Dubai chocolate with chopsticks. Yes, yes. No, I don't work. I don't have a job. No, I don't work. Nope, I quit. I gave up on it. I don't work. I just work from home. I don't work. Let's do Starbucks. Fuck it. And we're only gonna have one meal to eat today. And then we're gonna get in that crafting room. Wait. I want Starbucks. People call me begging. I'm gonna start putting tips for Starbucks. I'm gonna fart real quick. I've been so gassy. Okay, yeah, just message me. It's because I'm trying to get my mom's phone case done first and stuff before I start taking in orders. But you can go ahead and message me. You can go ahead and message me. Girl, you don't worry about what I pay and what I don't pay, hunty. You don't worry about what I do. What the hell? Okay. You don't worry about what I do. Why is Starbucks so expensive? I can't wait until that Sevens Brew opens up. I wonder if it's cheaper. She brought on live and said she had her latest deal? No? What was her latest deal? I ain't seen nobody's lives today. What was it? Wait, your stars, sign in. I'm not signed in? But I was. It signed me out? Oh, there we go. $6.75. I don't need to spend no money. I was gonna take the kids to get hot Cheetos and cheese, but I couldn't make them at the house, so I think tonight I'm gonna take them like after dinner. I'm gonna take them to the, what's it called? Baleta store. Baleta shop, whatever it's called, something like that. And it's where they have ice cream, so you can get scoops of ice cream and like all that stuff. I don't know if the boys will want to go, maybe. But I know Saya will. Go watch Pika. She's funny. She's so funny. Playing with that woo. Still improve. What did she say? My grandma do voodoo. It's a nice day. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. 30% off using your code or hers, and everyone gets entered into winning a trip to Cancun if she meets her goal. Wait, they're already going to Cancun. What do you mean? For next year? We gotta choose the winner. Shit. Y'all, we gotta do the spin wheel. Should we do it real quick? We can do it right now. We'll pull over and do it. Should we choose a winner? If y'all wanna be entered into the giveaway, all you gotta do right now is use code JJNicoleXO. Purchase something on Spoiled. It doesn't matter if you buy one thing. No, another trip or two. Oh, so we get to bring someone with us? Oh shit, I'm on it. Let's go next year, because then I'll be snatched. Just kidding, I'll probably be fat, so. But I have a feeling I'm probably just gonna end up fat. But at least my boobs won't be to my belly button. Okay, so let's get an order. Use code JJNicoleXO, and then I should get notified. And we'll go ahead and put all the names, all the order names, on the spin wheel. My kids don't like Starbucks. Thank you. Have a nice day. Only thing Sai will eat is a cake pop, but he didn't even eat. And so later tonight, it's none of your business. I don't even have to take them nowhere. I don't even have to tell you nothing. We were already in the car, honey. We were already in the car. Oh my gosh. It's supposed to be a warm week this week. My grandma do voodoo. Now playing with the voodoo.
I'm sorry, what's up and help you?
I have a pickup order for Justice.
I have it at the window, thank you.
Thank you. That's the only thing about these nails. People be so nosy, girl. They're obsessed. They talk crap about everyone else, but who are they? They sit on a hater page in the comments, typing and putting all their time and effort and energy into talking about other people and putting in their 2 cents when we only asked for 1 cent. Make it make sense. You know what I mean? Like, what does that make you? Look in the mirror, honey. You are weird. But if I was doing that, if I was to make a whole page and then start talking and gossiping about everybody and having all my followers talking gossip today, y'all would be talking shit about me. And I'd be like, how could you do that? We don't need to spend no money for a film. But here we are spending it. Are you positive? Oh, girl, I don't even have to think it through. I talk crap about these big tatas constantly. I want these off. There's no doubt about it. There's no, even if I didn't lose weight and I stayed a chunky girl, I still would want them smaller. Oh, I get the same coffee every time. It's the same one every time. I never get nothing. I don't like anything else.
Hello.
Thank you. 222 means I got 2 plastic surgeries. I got 2 baby daddies. The other one don't count. I actually have 3, but the other one doesn't count because he hasn't been around in forever. He don't even exist. We don't even know him. Okay, so technically we got 2 baby daddies. I don't need that. And then what else? And then we got 2 cents. You know what? I forgot to get cold foam. Why does it taste like that? What did I do wrong? Oh no, honey. I think I ordered it wrong. Oh no. Oh no, we ordered it wrong. Damn it. Why does it taste like that? Oh no. No, we're going to get more botched. Girl, that's the whole point. It's for the views. It's for the clout. Gives them something to talk about. Duh. Sis, you're late. Darn it. Oh, I can't have them redo it because I'm the one who messed it up. Shit. Ugh. Hold on, we'll just use our stores and get a free one. Fuck it. Fuck that. We're wasting money. We're throwing this away. I know it's a waste, but who cares? And it's wasting money. I said I don't need to spend money, but we are spending money. Spending money and then it was nasty. But we used our stars. We're throwing this away. Ha! I'm gonna go grab a different one. Oh, girl. I know. Waste of my stars. A waste of my stars and a waste of my money too. But technically, we'll just see it as if we paid for the one that we got for free with my stars. Oh well. No, because I don't know how to explain it. I don't want to do that. I don't want to go up there and say, excuse me. That gives me anxiety. I have social anxiety. I just got a free one, y'all. Another free one. I just did the correct one. With my stars. It's fine. It's my stars, not yours. It's my money and I want it now. Hi, Tammy. What are you doing? How are you feeling? Sickies? I just ordered the wrong coffee and I was so sad, so we had to order another one. Oh, it's gross. I don't know what was wrong with it. Something. Mix them? Oh, I could. I'm glad we can shout you a coffee. What? You can shout me a coffee. What? What you talking about, girl? He's like, weren't you just here?
Oh, I'm sorry. What's up? No.
I have a pickup for Justice.
I would have done nothing.
That matcha looks good. Pistachio. Iced energy. Pistachio cream cold foam. Cold brew. Is that good? Your sickies. Oh, have you tried some chicken noodle soup? Or even some crackers? Or you need a Starbucks medicine ball. They're real citrusy, but they help. Damn it, I'm gonna have a scab right there. I picked. Look, it's bleeding. No, not stars from Facebook. Thank you. Not stars from Facebook, girl. It's a small one. There we go. No, I don't, the stars that I made yesterday, I don't get paid until 30 days. So I won't get those stars paid to me till the end of March. No, your stars you get from Starbucks. Like your points. What are they doing to it? Whoever's making coffee don't know how to make it. Better, but there still is something off. Yeah, they must have. They did this to me last time, remember? And no matter how much you have them change it, it's just gonna be effed. Yeah, you have to wait 30 days. Yeah, we get paid once a month. So whatever we made all February, we'll get paid at the end of March. That's how it is. Yeah, that's how it works. It's better though, but Tara, you gotta try the brown sugar. I think you'll like it. The brown sugar shaken espresso with cold foam, half and half instead of oat milk, and chocolate drizzle. And then if you think it's too strong, do one less shot of espresso. Sounds like a lot. I'll text it to you. And I think you'll like it. Because everything from Starbucks I've ever gotten to, gross. But this is, it's actually, I know you'll like it for sure. And now it's like the only thing I get and I crave it. But it's expensive. But I do half and half instead of oat milk because it makes it creamier. Dang, everyone's playing golf today. Okay, if you have to start out your comment with, I'm not trying to be rude, that means you're fixing to be rude. And you know you are. So why even comment on anybody's stuff? I'm not even going to, I only read a portion of it and I'm not going to continue reading your whole book that you just wrote. I don't care. I'll be so obsessed with my life. Why are you so obsessed with me? Yeah, it's still a little off. That they always do that, like when there's someone new and they're making the coffee, like when they're barely learning. They always have new workers all the time, always new people working. They can't. It's like Starbucks can't keep workers. People get over it or what? They don't do star rewards, really? Are you sure? Do you have the app? You need to download the app. That's how you'll get your stars. And then if you order at the drive-thru, make sure you have them scan your code. They probably do. You probably just don't do it. Well, I don't like Dunkin' Donuts. The Barnes & Noble Starbucks don't do stars? Really? What the heck? That's weird. You would think all of them would do it. That's weird, huh? What the hell? Hell no. They only give you like $1 off, but sometimes you can use multiple and you'll get a free one. I just drank the nasty one. Ah, something's wrong with that one. Oh. It tastes like black coffee with just a bunch of plain sugar. I mean, not sugar. Plain cinnamon. Have you ever put raw cinnamon? Like no cinnamon and sugar, just in your mouth? You know, I'm talking about that bitter, strong. It tastes like black coffee and cinnamon. But like that bitter cinnamon. Ugh, what the fuck? It pranked me. Dude, I can't wait to I kind of want to go for a cruise. Should we? I can't wait to plant flowers. Who's had a mommy makeover? Were you guys healed enough pretty quick? Let's see if I go March. Yeah, that'll be like 3-4 months post-op. I would be able to go to the lake and swimming pool and shit, huh? Right? By then, I should be able to bend down and all that crap to plant flowers and stuff. Yeah, for sure. No work in my yard. I would think. Take some home and add sugar to it. True. Yeah, I probably will do that. That's a lot of caffeine. Let me see if Sai wants to go to the park. Ouch. Dang, I always rip this out, y'all, this nose ring. You know what I'm happy about, though? So, you guys know the last times I did my surgeries, I had to take out my piercings, and they closed up. But I've had these for so many years that I can go days without them, and they don't close up. So if I have to take them out for my surgery and then put them on back in afterwards, I'll be good. They won't be closed. You know what I mean? I'm so nervous, but I think we are gonna stick to supporters group for it, because I don't know. I really want to vlog it all, or then post it maybe on YouTube, or maybe I'll go live on our regular platform here and there, but take them to Miami. Take what to Miami? I would have to get arm garments. And like some dresses. Because the dresses that I have, one's high up here, and I feel like that, well, it might be alright. I don't think so. And then the other one's tube top. I don't want to put a tube top if I have like my boobs done. I need just like a spaghetti strap or like a regular, you know what I mean? Which going to the Rainbow store would be perfect, because they have like for $7 those like summer dresses, you know what I'm talking about? And that's what she had recommended to me too. And you only need like two. Like, maybe wear one of them there. And then pack two more, like get 3. Your nose rings? Well, yeah, obviously they'll be in my nose going. Yeah, I'm gonna take them there. And then right before surgery, they make you take it out and they put them in a little bag for you, like your jewelries and all that. And they give it to you afterwards. Get like a moo-moo. Yeah, moo-moos and shit. Those, yep. She recommended that those are like perfect, and even like summer dresses and stuff. And that it's humid there. It's hot as hell. I remember. Oh my god, it was so bad. You like can't even breathe. It feels like you can't. Like there's no air to. I hate it. Oh, bite my lip. I know. I mean, not. Maxi dresses would be perfect too. Only thing with muumuus is they're short, you know, which I guess I'll be in a faja, but and they would be cooler. I wouldn't want anything too short, just, you know, just to cover up, because when you have the fajas and stuff, you don't wear tatarans. You be nakies under there. So maybe we could find us some flowy little loose dresses, or maybe muumuus that are a little longer and are kind of open right here. You know what I mean? Perfect. Rainbow store is where it's at. So those are the other things we would also have to purchase, because like I said, the ones that I have, they're more form-fitting, and I feel like that we don't, you know, they're comfortable, but they're form-fitting. I don't know about right after surgery and then having to pull it all the way up. I don't know. And then like right here too, because one of them goes high and then one of them's a tube top. Girl, I'm out in the country. Can you not tell? And I am steering it. I have a self-controlled car. You know, I think because Elon Musk did that, you know, where they're a robot and they do it themselves. I'm not even the one driving. It's good to do those dresses too, especially like if you get a tummy tuck and stuff, because you can't really bend down. So those you could just kind of like put over, you know what I mean, and like draw them up to use the restroom and stuff too, versus even if you wear shorts, sweats, which sweats is, it's hot there, pajama pants, whatever, you know, pulling them down and then having to pull them up, you know, that's why she was saying, like, she was like, I would only bring that and I wouldn't bring a bunch of stuff. She was literally telling me, like, don't bring. And I did. I brought so much shit last time. And then remember my suitcase got lost on the plane? Oh, fuck. And I was there with nothing. And I had to go to surgery. I had to wash my underwears in the shower. Because they had to find my suitcase and then bring it back to me. Oh, there's a pothole. There's the cows. And, it was the day of surgery too, and I didn't have nothing, y'all. I had to go with my long sleeve dress, which was dumb. That shit was so hot. It was horrible. I had to sleep in it too and everything until my suitcase got there. Because I didn't know how to do the suitcase thing, and I left it there. I didn't pick it up from off the plane. Like a dummy. So it was left in Dallas, I believe, or Houston. I don't remember. I think the second time I went to Houston, I think the first time we went to Dallas. No, Dallas. And it got left there. So they had to, like, travel it over. No, not the same. I'm not doing the same. It's all different this time. Different recovery house, different surgery place, different everything. Everything's different. Nope. The last recovery house, they're not even in business anymore. Which the lady told me they switch people they work with and they only go through licensed places, because she said a lot of these recovery homes aren't licensed and they get in trouble a lot, or they, you know, and they have to then they'll start over and rename their recovery houses and stuff. And I was like, oh, so the one that I was staying at last time, they weren't licensed. Because if y'all remember, I stayed there when I had my BBL, and I loved them so much. I loved all of them. Even the grandma, and she did my laundry and stuff, and she did the cooking. Oh, I loved her so much. I loved them. I really did. And they remembered me. And so when I went for my boobs, I stayed at the same recovery house, but the recovery house name changed. So the first time it was like Bellissima or something like that. And then the second time I went, it was the same people, but they changed the name and they changed the location to a hotel instead of the first time it was in a house, a beautiful house, beautiful home, 2-story. That was kind of rough going up and down the stairs, but I loved the house better because there was so much more of us and we all got to like hang out. I don't know. But the second time I went, they changed their name to and their location to a hotel, and they were called like the Pretty Dollhouse or something. They had changed it. I don't know. But yeah, the second time I should have known it was, you know, same people, good vibes, but then it was in a hotel, and it was weird. But the first time I went with them, and we were in that 2-story house, it was beautiful. And do y'all remember from my window, my bedroom window, I could see the water and everything. It was so pretty. There was outdoor where I could go outside and sit on the patio outside, and I would go live, and then everyone would be downstairs all together in the living room, all the girls that had plastic surgery, and we'd be talking and hanging out and helping each other out. And then everyone could go down to the kitchen too and eat down there if they wanted to, and we would all eat together. And I loved it the first time for sure. It was just like, it was awesome. I loved it so much. It was like everyone was like a big family. Yeah, it does smell like cows here. It was like a big family. I ripped off all my gems because it gets caught on everything. But yeah, I guess they weren't licensed because their name did change, and then now I can't find them. I don't know what the heck. I even have their number still saved in my phone, but it says it's disconnected. So I'm like, what the heck? Okay. So I don't know if they're out of business or what, but and on the phone I had asked her, And she was like, no, we work with the only licensed recovery houses now and stuff. And I was like, oh. And then she explained to me, you know, that a lot of recovery houses aren't licensed, and they change their names a lot, and they move around a lot, and they do, you know, I guess it's illegal. I don't know. But I guess even surgeons, I found this out, Miami, this is why they say it's like scary in Miami. Dang, I came far out here. Where the fuck am I? I don't know where I'm at, y'all. We just out here cruising it. Do I got gas? I guess Miami, they do like have a lot of surgeons that do things, they're licensed, but they're either not board certified. So you have to make sure you're going to a surgeon that's board certified. Or they like get you all set up and all this stuff, and then whenever they put you to sleep and they start doing surgery, it's not your actual doctor who you meet that does your surgery. They'll have somebody else that's trying to like, that came from different states and stuff like that, come in when you're asleep, and they're the ones actually doing your surgery. They'll have like other people doing it for them. And I was like, what the hell? I've done so much research. And even another surgeon said that. I was watching a video, and they're like, yeah, that's, you have to watch out for certain places. They call them the butcher shops. They'll be having multiple girls doing it, and you'll meet your doctor, but then once you're asleep, the other people will be the one doing your surgery. And I'm like, what the heck? And then they also, like, some places do illegal, like, I guess depending on the state and stuff, they're only, where the hell am I? I don't know where I am right now. I'm not even gonna lie. I think that's the airport. Where the heck am I? Sis, we lost. I guess I'll just keep going. I had never been out here like this. Like the certain states, they're only legally allowed to take out a certain amount of fat, like 1 liter or like, you know, stuff like that. But some of them will say they are, but then when you're under, they'll take more than that, more than what they're legally allowed to. So that's why a lot of people go to Mexico too, because Mexico is allowed to take out more than what like the states or like the, you know, whatever we can. And that's why a lot of people go to Miami too and Mexico, because they'll, under the table or whatever it's called, you know, they're not supposed to, they'll take more fat out and do multiple surgeries at one time, versus like, say you go like where I am in New Mexico, or I go to Texas, and it costs way much more money, and then their results aren't as good, they're not as dramatic, you know, because here they do only what they're legally able to do. So that's why people will travel to other places where it's more affordable, and they do more dramatic, you know what I mean? So, and I've looked up so much results from a lot of people, and there are some really, really good doctors here, like in the States, like here, you know, and stuff, around like Houston's and stuff. There's some good ones, but they are like, people be spending $30,000, $28,000. I'm like, oh my God. And their results, to be honest, go look at surgeons around here. They're really not all that. It's like, it's like, even there's some of their tummy tucks, it looks like they didn't even do nothing. I don't know. I'd rather go to a butcher shop. Risk my life. Just know, if I don't wake up from surgery, just know that I'm okay. Okay? Don't freak out. I'm okay. The only thing I would be stressing about is like my kids, and if my family would step in, you know, and not divide them, or divide Saya, or divide from the boys, or, and then Donnie keeping the girls away from the boys, you know, because that's what would probably happen, is he would like never make sure they're in each other's life, you know. That would be the only thing. But besides that, I would, at least I wouldn't have no stress or nothing. So I'd be up in heaven watching Aya. I'd be good. Who's driving? Jesus. Jesus took the wheel. Jesus, take the wheel. I disagree. I would be stress-free. Only issue would be my kids. Making sure that my freaking family's doing what they gotta do, you know? It's just nobody's job, but I'm saying, because that is a risk. It is a risk, okay? It's a big risk, but we'll be alright. We'll be going under anesthesia and doing risky procedures for the 3rd time. Oh my gosh, what the hell? How many surgeries did Must Be Cindy have? I wouldn't have to deal with no one's BS. It would just be literally, as long as my kids are taken care of. Stop talking about that. I know, I'm just kidding. Jesus, take the wheel. No, they didn't tell me I had to lose weight. And they actually told me that I didn't really need a tummy tuck. That I'm in the middle. What did she say? I'll have to read it. She said I qualify in the middle, or what'd she say? I'll have to look for it and read it for y'all. I'm in the middle between like being a candidate for tummy tuck or only lipo. I'm in the middle, so I could go either route. But the thing is I have stretch marks, and I've already had lipo once. So if I do lipo again, stretch marks is a sign of what? Why their cars sound like that? Is that my car? You're kidding me. You're kidding me. You're kidding me. I know you lying. Did y'all hear what I just heard? I'm about to crash out. I don't even want to get out the car. Hopefully it's nothing. I'm pretty sure my tire just went flat. Yeah, I'm gonna go with tummy tuck too. I'm just scared. So that way I stay, you know, with a flat tummy. I heard it, flat tire. Okay, it's actually not a flat tire. Look what it is. I thought it was a flat tire. I was like, I just got these new tires. This thing under here, can y'all see? This thing, plastic thing, came off. I shoved it back up in there, but it looks like a screw from up here came off. The plastic cover It dropped and it was on it. Why would it do that? Why would it come off? Oh, that one don't have one. Hopefully it don't fall back down so we can get home. Ooh, shit, it's freezing. I thought it was a flat tire. Yeah, this thing. This one's on there good. The other one came off. It's like falling off. Why would it do that? I heard it. Uh-oh. Oh, shit, it's cold. I heard it. Part of it snapped off. Ow, that hurt my hand though. Look what I did. Trying to shove it back in there. I'm glad it wasn't a tire. I was like, oh my god, I heard it. I was like, is that a tire? You think it'll fall back down and make that noise again until I get home? Shit! So now I'm either gonna have to take it off or put it back or something, huh? I'm not gonna be able to drive this car? Fudge! I have a feeling it's gonna fall back down. Let's see. Yeah, part of it ripped off. When I turned in right there, yeah. A piece of it came off. It's like a little plastic piece, and then the rest of it was like hanging on the tire. So that noise that we were hearing, it was like scraping on the tire. I think it'll fall back down. I'm glad it wasn't a tire, because I was like, fuck, I literally just got new tires. But it sounded like a flat tire, huh? I was like, is that my car's on? I don't know if it comes off easy. I might have to take it to the shop to see if they can take it off. Is that something I have to have? Oh, I ruined the car. Oh my gosh, the car is ruined. Like I had some control over that. Girl, please. How the hell would I have some control over that? This car is perfectly fine. At the end of the day, he ain't paying for it, I am. So, this car is in perfect condition, except for that now. Oh my gosh. Y'all, does that... I wonder if it's falling. I guess we'll hear it scrape. I'm scared. What if it rips all the way off? I'm going slow now. I think it'll be alright. I had no control over that. What the hell? I didn't know that thing was going to come off. It's easy to take off and replace. It's not necessary. Well, then we'll just take it off. Fuck it. Tomorrow I'll have to take it to the shop and I guess ask them if they could just remove it for me. Because I drive this car every day because it's better on gas, you know what I mean, than to take the bus. Big ass mom car. You have duct tape? Oh, I ain't duct taping it. I ain't doing that. We'll just go take it off. A piece of it broke off. I think from scraping it on the tire. Oh, look, there's polices. They're gonna get me. What protects the engine? Yeah, but half of it broke off. So there's this half and then the front half is broke off. Well, I wonder what it would cost to replace that. What do y'all think? We'd probably have to... I'm spitting. You'd probably have to take the tire off, I bet. Shit. Well, there's another cost right there. Yay me. Shit. That scared me. Did it scare y'all? Did y'all hear it? I was like, it just out of nowhere. I was like, what the fuck? I thought it was the car next to me. I'm like, wait, that's our car. Oh, it sounded like a tire. I was like, we done got a flat tire from driving out in the country. Shit. I was gonna be so sad. A tire's an easy fix though. But I would have to have called my dad, waited for him to come, you know. Probably left the car there to go find the shop. The shops are all closed today. So we'd have to, you know, it would have been a hassle. Extra stuff always comes up, huh? Y'all remind me. Remind me, guys, because y'all haven't reminded me we're supposed to choose the winner for Spoiled. I know that's my job, but I always forget. I get sidetracked. Called for the jury duty. And then now take this to the mechanic. I also got to work tomorrow, so... Oh, wait, I don't got a job. I forgot. So, yeah. That's what we need to do. And I got to take those packages tonight. I need to get the packages packaged to where they're already done tonight, and tomorrow I drop them off at the post office. That's what I need to do, and I freaking forget. You don't need to take the tire off? Oh, okay. No, I don't have AAA. I used to. Not no more. No more. Y'all, I got some crazy stories about cars. Girl, I used to be so bad. I used to drink and drive a lot. But when I mean, like, not just have a couple drinks and then, you know, you're legally allowed, like, a certain amount or whatever. I think, like, 2 drinks, right? No, but I mean, y'all know, I used to park at the freaking... So bad. I used to park at the... Speaking of AAA, this is what pops in my head. I used to park at the car wash, remember? And we would take shots. My car was my safe place. I was always in my car constantly. I still be in my car a lot lately, but not like I used to. I swear I lived in my car. There's times I would fall asleep in my car. Remember when you had the yellow Mustang? Yeah. So, one time I had to call AAA because me and Bradley went out of town and we were drinking, right? We didn't have sight or anything. This is back when I had... This is when I was skinny, and I had the blonde. I think I had... This is when I barely did the blonde. Like, it was like the first time I ever did the blonde streak. I don't know if y'all remember, when I was skinny. I didn't even have no lips. And, what year was this? Saya was maybe 1. Y'all, we went partying. It's 2 beers, so I thought it was 2 drinks. We went partying. Y'all. I don't know what the hell. And dummy driving. Should never. We went and parked, drank some more, listening to music, just sitting in the car. Always did that. Sitting in the car drinking. Always fucking did that shit. Dumb. And then I decided, I don't know what, I was deciding to do something. I don't know if it was we were going to go get more, but then they were closed. So we ended up just cruising. And I'm talking about, this is when I had the system. Like, blaring the system. Boom, boom. Like, girl, max volume. We would do shit like that. Faded. and smoking too. That was back when I used to smoke. Just back to back to back to back. Dumb decisions, y'all. And it was so embarrassing. And I got so lucky. We ended up cruising, right? And we ended up out in the back in the country. And this is in a whole different town, okay? We went out of town. I don't know what the hell. I don't know what we were thinking. We literally could have hurt ourselves. We could have hurt somebody else. Like, when I tell you that I've been through some stuff, like, there's some things that I look back on and not proud of. And I'm like, what the fuck were we thinking? We were like way out in the country, right? And I was like, oh, I'm gonna find like the back road, and let's just head home, right? So we're cruising, and I don't know where the fuck I was. We were lost at this point. And it was rainy season too. Raining, buddy. Storming. At that. Tell me why this is when I was blind too, so I couldn't see shiz in the night, right? And I think Bradley was like rolling up or something, and I had music loud, and then all of a sudden, like, we were like we went from a road to a dirt road. A dirt road, okay? I was like, fuck it. I don't know where the fuck we're at, but fuck it. We cruising, we're about to light it up, and you know, whatever the heck. Dumb decisions, y'all. I wish I could go back and like change so much stuff, but when you're in that mindset, you don't think about consequences. You don't think about what can happen. You don't think like, oh, well, you're just like, not me, you know? It's just, such bad decisions. But it's really taught me something today, for sure. But we ended up on a back road, dirt road. This is probably like midnight, 1 in the morning maybe. And all of a sudden, we see water. And I was like, what the hell? And I just kept going. And I slowly could see water. And I was like, what? And we just went in the water. And it was deep water and mud, girl. Deep water. I'm talking about like this. Probably, or more. Maybe like, okay, where like half of my tire was like up to like half of my tire and mud, and we just got stuck. And I was like, oh shit. And we were like in a dirt road at this point, out in the middle of nowhere in the boonies. Oh y'all, oh shit. We opened the doors, and I'm like, what are we gonna do? We barely had service. Still bumping the music. Finally I was like, we need to turn this shit off. Bradley's like, so Bradley has to get out, right? He gets out and he gets to the back of the car, and he was like, okay, you know, hit the gas and I'm gonna push. But it was like up to his knees. And I was hitting the gas and he was pushing it. It's funny now, but it's not funny at the same time, because it was just such dumb shit, man. I got so lucky. And we were literally like, shit, like, what the hell are we gonna do? And I wasn't going nowhere, it wasn't moving. So then I ended up opening my door and stepping out, and we're literally in mud. I'm talking about inside of my shoes, and it's raining. So it's raining, and we're getting soaking wet in the mud. Then we end up getting muds all over our hands, because he's trying to like dig out mud from like around the tire, and I'm opening the door trying to like push the car at the same time, or we tried to go backwards, and I don't know what the hell we were doing. And we had mud. I'm talking about mud soaking wet in the rain everywhere. Hands, all on our pants, in our shoes. Thick mud, like that. Thick mud. And then I'd had to climb back in the car to try to hit the gas and stuff. So there was mud everywhere in the car. Bradley had to get back in because we were freezing. There was mud thick. My whole car was full of mud, girl. Oh, finally I was like, fuck, what are we gonna do? So I had AAA or whatever. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna have to call them. You know what I mean? Like, what? We're in the middle of nowhere. I didn't even know. I couldn't even like Bradley was like, I'm gonna get out and I'm gonna walk and see if there's like a street sign or like something to kind of see where we're at. I called AAA. Oh shit, girl, I'm talking about my car was like ruined. I called AAA and I'm like, I don't know where we are, and I'm stuck in the mud and it's raining. We're soaked. I was freezing at this point. My feet were freezing. There was water in my shoe. I had to take my shoes off and then put them in the back. So therefore there was mud all in the back of the car. Everywhere. There it was everywhere. And I was like, I don't know where I'm at. Bradley came back and he's like, I don't know. Gets back in the car. He's soaking wet. It was so bad, y'all. We made such the dumbest decisions. Me and him will never forget this shit that we've done. And I was panicking and I was like, I don't know. So he was like, well, text me your location. So we got personal phone numbers, and he was like, because we couldn't figure out how to find out where the hell we were. So I had to text him my location, and he was like, oh, okay, so you're about here and about there. I'm gonna get close and see if I can find you out. Blah, blah, blah. Well, he was taking so long. So then we ended up seeing a light, and I was like, what is that? And it was a dude on a tractor. Yeah. And we got so lucky because we were waiting for AAA. And I was so embarrassed. I was like, oh my God, dude, I'm going to go to jail. And we should have, man, because we shouldn't have been doing the shit that we were doing. You know what I mean? But, hey, I mean, nothing I could do about it now. We were full of mud, girl. My car was full of mud. It was just so disgusting. It was so bad. So this guy pulls up, and he's in a tractor, and Bryce is thinking of me. He's talking shit about me now. Bradley gets out, and he was like, hey, like, you know, we're stuck. He was like, oh, y'all are stuck. And we're like, yeah, we were soaked in mud, and I was freezing at this point. I didn't know whether to keep the car running or not. And I want to say I didn't have a whole lot of gas either. I don't know what, girl. Dumbest decision. And luckily he had something on him, so he was like, I have a chain or whatever, and I'll come back. And he like hooked it under our car, and he pulled us out. Oh, we got so lucky. So I ended up telling the XXX guy I didn't need him anymore, because we were waiting on him forever. It was like 2 hours. We were in the freezing, dude, and soaking wet. No extra clothes, no nothing. Y'all know I have Raynaud's, and my feet were like burning. And at this point we were sober. I think while we were sitting waiting, I think Bradley finally lit the blunt and was like, fuck it, we might as well just smoke it on up. Yeah, we were not on like in traffic, you know, but still, you know what I mean? That's what happens. That's what you get. That's the consequence. Well, so he put the hook underneath my car somewhere. Bradley just hooked it wherever. I don't know what he was thinking, but he pulled us, and we got enough like pulled out with the tractor that you know, I got traction to go a little bit. We were kind of like, you know, a little bit for a while, and there was so much built up mud, y'all, where it was splattered all on the windshield, thick mud and everything from the tires, you know. Oh God, y'all should have seen my car. It looked like we went mudding. And the freaking, cause that tire piece right there that came off right now, so they have a plastic one that goes underneath the car, right? So from wherever they hooked and pulled out, it like came undone. So once that dude left, and we're like, thank you so much, and we started leaving, we're like, okay, we just need to head straight home. You know what I mean? We're soaked. We have no extra clothes. I'm freezing. Let's just drive home. We were, like I said, we were out of town. And we get to driving, and we are, and I'm like, oh shit, we weren't even that far. And you know what it was? That plastic protector cover thing from wherever they hooked it to pull us out. So Bradley had to get under there and try to take it off, because there was no way of like getting it off, and we couldn't get it off. So then another guy ended up seeing us and helped us cut half of it off, where like at least the part that was dragging. It was so horrible, y'all. The sun was already coming up at that time. The sun was already up. I was so tired, sober as hell, freezing, soaking wet. My car was full of mud. I thought we were never going to get the mud out of the car. It was that bad. It was like that thick, like, you know, that black type mud? It's kind of like clay. It was that kind of mud, girl. My shoes, I was wearing furry boots, ruined. Oh, God, y'all. It was so horrible. That was in the dark. It was a horrible night. I remember when we finally got to the house. Yeah. We passed. I remember I was so cold to where like my feet felt like they were burning. We took all of our stuff off, and I don't even think we put no more clothes on. And me and him just laid down and passed out. And I think we slept that whole day. It was such a rough night. Y'all, it was horrible. Don't do stupid shit. And I used to do stupid shit like that without thinking. That would be back when I would get so fucked up that I would be so irresponsible, and then I would end up crying and destroying things or running off with a stranger, or like I would do stupid stuff. I don't know. Want to risk my life literally and didn't care like if I was here or not. Literally, that's how like I lived my life back then. I'm not even playing, y'all. I look back at this stuff, and me and Bradley talk about it too, and we're like, oh my gosh, like what the hell? We were literally like nuts. The things that we would do, the mistakes, I mean, there's times where we would be fighting out in the middle of the road at the complex apartments. Girl, horrible. I had to get it detailed, but even when I got it detailed, the mud like stained spots in my car. Like it wouldn't come up. I had to do it like multiple times. It was like, yeah, it effed everything up, dude. And I was like, see, we should have never. And I don't even know why we went out of town. We started drinking. And I think this was after we had went through like where we were like broke up for days and fighting and like all kinds of dramatic social media shit at that too. This was like in the middle of like a bunch of shit. When I couldn't find him. This was back when I would sit in that at the apartment with the train. And remember I'd go live taking deep 80 shots. Do y'all remember? And then we got linked up one night chilling, and it went from being parked in the front of my house. I literally used to park at the door. I'm not even shitting you, in the middle of the complex. And we would chill and smoke like 2 packs of cigarettes and take shots and blast the music. It was horrible, dude. It was horrible. And then it went from there for us just deciding just to take off. And we ended up in a whole nother town chilling. Y'all, you don't even know. Oh, the car was so bad the next day once you're sober and you get out and and you go to the car and you're like, oh my God. My car was like ruined. It took so long to get that crap out. Oh. I used to do dumb stuff. Just being like, I want to say that was a night where I was like, I don't want to be here no more. And I think I was parked in front of my door sitting in the car, and I think I was smoking cigarettes and taking shots, listening to music. I think it was me by myself first, and I was crying. And I think, what night was that? And then I think Bradley ended up, and I hadn't seen him for like a week. And then I think it was that day, and he walked up to my window and said like that, and it was Bradley. And I was like, what the fuck? And he asked me for a frajo. And then he was like, what are you doing? Why are you crying? And I was like, I don't want to be here no more. I hate this shit. And I was getting all drunk. And then he was like, fuck it. He came and got in the passenger seat. And then he started taking shots at me. He was like, well, let's go get more. And we went and got more, and then came back, parked right there for like a couple hours. I want to say like 2 hours or something, taking shots, smoking cigarettes, weed. It was just dumb, just sitting there talking and listening to all the old same stupid songs we used to listen to over and over. Dumb shit. Trippie Redd, and that's literally. And I was like, fuck it. And he was like, fuck it, let's just get fucked up. So that's what I would do when I'd be in those zones of like, I don't want to be here no more, and I hate my life, and like I have nothing, and y'all know I used to get like that. all the time, and I would numb the pain by doing bad things. That's what I did. I literally would. I would even go and like, man, y'all, I would even hang out with people I shouldn't be hanging around with, and then fooling around with them because just to numb the pain for no reason. Just dumb shit, dude. Dumb shit. And yeah, I remember Bradley was like, fuck it, let's just get fucked up. I'll get fucked up with you. And then we just ended up not seeing each other for a week. Drama shit on social media till him showing up at my window, and then us both sitting in the car listening to our music, vibing together, and just taking shots, and beer and cigarettes. Oh my god, I swear to god, we would smoke like 2 or 3 packs in one night. The next day I'd be so yaya right here. My throat would be so sore. Have y'all ever done that? Gosh. No, it's not funny. No one's saying it's funny. I mean, it's funny the situation that happened, though. It's about the mud, and we're all stuck, and Bradley's all digging the tires out in the mud everywhere, and there was mud on his face, and I'm telling you, it was that bad. That's the funny part. It's like, what the fuck were we doing? No, I just literally said, like, stupid decisions. No, shit that... I literally just said that. We could have hurt somebody else. We could have hurt ourselves. We could have never made it home. Could have went to jail. Could have, you know what I mean? And that's not the only time. There's been multiple times, and I've owned up to it because it's true. It's not a secret. Everyone knows, like, y'all don't even know the bad shit I used to do. You don't even know, girl. You don't even know. If I look back on my videos and y'all was to pull up some videos of me back in the day, girl, I got videos with GUNs and all kinds of stuff. Dumb stuff. Hanging around the wrong crowd. You don't even know. You don't even know. And back then, like, well, when you're going through that cycle in life and you're like doing, like, you don't think like, oh, this is bad. Or if you're in the middle of like, when I used to cry and then just get drunk, and then I would get all dressed up and be like, fuck it, I'm gonna go out and party. And I would just tell so-and-so to hit me up, just come scoop me. And I'm like, what the hell? I would go with strangers, bro. Seriously, I would do shit like that. Dumb, just to numb yourself. You don't think about, oh, the consequences. You don't think about, oh, well, this can happen. Oh, you don't think about, well, nothing. I was so, like, literally, I was depressed. I was lost. That's what I call myself, is when I was lost. I was very lost. Very, 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 very lost. Very lost. Y'all remember? I'm sure some of you guys from back in the day remember. Super lost. But yeah, that's what made me think of AAA. That was the first time I had ever needed to call them. And I had to literally text them my location because we couldn't figure out where the hell we were at. Oh, yeah. And we got pulled out by a tractor, dude. Yeah, I don't care if they delete old videos. Or delete videos. That's probably good. Best. But, they're already doing it. But, yeah. It's crazy. I look back at some stuff, y'all, and I'm just like, what the hell? There was a time where I got so... This already had my red hair. And I was staying in the house. Oh, this was the night that... This was the night that... Okay, so y'all remember when I was staying in the house where I ended up packing up and leaving when Bradley was at work, and I bounced and got my own house secretly? Do y'all remember that? And I left the house to him and he came home with nothing in it. Do y'all remember that? It was that house. Do y'all remember? I was going through a lot of shit in that house. That was when I came back out of jail, and then my dog was gone, and then all this stuff. Well, I was at that house, and I was dealing with shit with Bradley. Remember? Oh, it was so bad. There was just, like, I couldn't even want to be at the house because Bradley would be there, and he wouldn't leave. And, like, it was just horrible. I would show up to the house, and he'd have people in the house. It was like, what the hell? Do y'all remember? It was so bad. Oh, my God. It was so bad. Oh my gosh, it was, we were in a rough time, and he was like not himself either. He would go in the room and not leave me the hell alone. I was trying to go to bed, and like, oh God, y'all, it was so horrible. Well, that was around the time whenever it was in the middle of when I was used to walk to work. When I didn't have my car, when I wrecked my car, and it was in the shop, and I used to walk from that house. I would walk all the way to work, and then sometimes if I decided to take a lunch break, I would walk back, eat, and then come back or check on the dog, let the dog out to pee and all that, and then put her back in her kennel, and then I would walk all the way back, right? And then when I was off, walk all the way back. And I would go live to keep me distracted. Well, that was the time whenever, do y'all remember whenever I got the call from my mom, and she was like, the girls are here at the monster truck show, and she's like, they're sitting right in front of us. And I was like, what? So she sent me a picture, and then she FaceTimed me and turned the camera, and it was them. And I hadn't seen them in years. I couldn't even freaking find them anymore. I didn't even know where they lived anymore. And I was like, oh my God. Okay, Donnie had changed his number, like all that shit. Like, there's my girls. There's my kids, right there, right? I'm looking at them on the phone. My mom's 2 feet away from them. And they didn't even recognize my mom. Bryce and Blaze was there. They didn't even recognize them or anything. I don't even think Donnie did. And then I think he ended up, I don't know if he noticed my mom and them or what. But I was like, I'm on my way. And my mom was like, JJ, like, you better, you know, like, pretty much, like, be careful, you know what I mean? And I was like, I don't care, I'm on my way. And do y'all remember that day? Oh my God, it fudged me up so bad. That was my chance to talk to him. That was my chance to say something to my kids. That was my chance. Oh, I'll never forget it, y'all. And I don't know if he's seen my mom or he got the idea or something. I think he did. Because I was on my way, and then they were leaving. And she's like, they're leaving. And I remember pulling up right in just in time when they walked out of the gate. And I just walked right up to them, crying and talking to my daughter. Like, and I had made her pinky promise me. I said, no matter what, like, don't forget that I always love you. And I always think about you. And I, you know, been looking for you guys. And, like, I love you no matter what anybody says. Like, you know, and I was like crying, and then Donnie had his wife take Shia to the car. I didn't even get to say nothing to her, and then I tried to talk to Donnie, and he was telling me I looked like shit, and I needed to get my shit together, and blah, 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 blah. And I remember being so hurt from that. So hurt. I think he left I think he realized my mom was there, I believe so. I don't know if he noticed her or what, but they ended up leaving. I don't know. I was on my way. But it was just like a whole thing. And then he started crying too. It was hard. It was our first time in a couple years, me and him seeing each other face to face in person. Y'all. And I remember begging Donnie, like, please, like, why? Like, you know? I'll never forget it. And I bawled and bawled and bawled. And I think that was the day that, and it was, I want to say it was 4th of July. Was it? I don't remember, but I ended up going back to the house, and I was doing shit with Bradley, and then he went MIA. I didn't have Saya, and I decided to get drunk by myself, and I sure did. I drank Fireball that night, and I have videos, y'all. I have videos of me recording, crying on the floor, and, like, I was like, I don't know what the fuck. I was in such a dark place that I was like, forget this. I have no life. Like, I can't keep going like this. A part of me's missing, you know what I mean? And I was so lost. I would numb myself up, and I remember, like, pretty much, like, making a documentary kind of was what I was doing on my phone, and I was so drunk. And then I remember getting upset, and Bradley showed up, and it was already like 1 a.m. He shows up, and I had no idea where the fuck he was. He was with some dude, and he seen that I was like, oh, you know, whatever, so he made the dude lead, and then he ended up going to the back of the room or whatever. I don't know what the hell, but I was already just like in my own zone, crying and shit, and I remember destroying my whole house, y'all. I ended up crashing out. I did. I broke all my kids' pictures of all the kids, busted them all up. For what reason? Have no idea. No reason at all. Don't even know why I did it. I was just so hurt that I was like, oh my God, everyone wants to take everything from me. And like, no matter what, like, I'm never going to be good enough. And I'm never going to, like, I just wanted this and I just wanted that. But then I would just numb myself up, you know what I mean? Which wasn't helping me at all. But it was just like how I coped with life back then. Yeah, I have it all on video. I still have them saved in my phone. And then the next day I recorded and I was like, oh my God. And I busted up all the family pictures I had, even some of me and Donnie. I still had them. Bradley let me keep them all. And I busted them all up, all the kids' baby pictures, picture frames. I broke shit in the house. I remember have you ever been through that? Probably not, but that's not for normal people. But someone going through something, and then especially being intoxicated to numb your pain, and then going through the trauma of like seeing your kids and they're older and it's been years in front of your face, and then seeing your baby daddy, and just that whole situation really fucked me up. And I'm telling you, talking about like, I ripped shit off the walls, I tore down the curtains, and I was just like knocking chairs over, and I was screaming and like, oh, like, you know, I hate my life. Like, oh my God, girl. And the next day, I had to clean it all up. And then I was so hurt that those pictures were broken. I mean, I still had the pictures, but the frames were just broken, you know. No biggie. I could just get new frames. But I was just so hurt. I was like, damn, like, you know. I would, like, that night, I was over life. There's so many times that I was over life. And I would spaz the fuck out like that and just chug the bottle. I would do shit like that, y'all. I would chug the bottle. Literally. And I would do it saying, like, I don't want to be here no more. I hate my life. I wouldn't even think, like, well, you still got Saya. I couldn't even focus, like literally, I was just so about numbing myself. It was so bad. And I hurt so much. And through all those times that I would get intoxicated, I would cry and bawl and scream and beg and mourn. And like, oh my gosh, you don't even know. I would be bawling to the point of like, I couldn't breathe. And I used to do that all the time, y'all. And then I would take another shot. Oh gosh, y'all. You don't even know. There's been so many times. That was that night, and I think it was the night that I pulled up to them and I had seen them, and it had been years. Was it when I was in the tub crying? I don't know, girl. My house was destroyed though, so I wasn't there, but Bradley had came in and I was so hurt. You know what was shitty too? That was that was when I finally was like, fuck it. I'm leaving. Especially when I got out of jail. That was when me and Bradley were in that really, really bad shit. I don't even know why we had got back together and moved into a house together. I don't know what the and that's when he called the cops on me. It was the day he got into a fight with a homeboy in the middle of the street, which I have videos of. And I got upset because the boys finally came to stay the night with us because they never really get to stay with me. Like, I wouldn't really get them a whole lot. And I was in that, you know, mood of just, like, wanting them to come over and, like, me cook and, like, just having, like a normal day. You know what I mean? And he did that, and the boys were there, and I'm like, you don't do, and we got into a fight, because I was like, you don't do that, like, you didn't have to go and do the most, like, when the boys are here, you know what I mean, like, then you're out in the street, freaking boxing some dude, and, like, you know, it was a hot mess, so we started that fight, and I got upset, and I told him to leave. I think we were arguing and leaving, and he was like, no, you're gonna leave. I remember calling my mom, because I just had a feeling. And he knew I had a warrant, right? And the reason why I had a warrant had to do with him, first of all. Yeah, remember, he called the cops. he was like, no, this is my house, because it was under both of our names. So then he could do that. I could no longer make it where like, you need to leave. That's why I moved out of that house. And he was like, no, you're gonna leave. And he called the cops with the boys there. I know, trauma for the boys. But my mom was on her way already to come and get the kids. But that's what started the fight, is I was mad because he was having an altercation with somebody and the boys were home. You know what I mean? I was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I never get to get them. They never get to come over here. And next thing you know, the cops pull up and I said, oh, shit. And I begged my mom to take my dog too, and she wouldn't. So I hid in the back of the house and they were like, you need to come out. You know, it's gonna be worse if we have to go in there and get you. I was like, I ain't coming out. Like that. I knew I was gonna get arrested. I knew it. I had a warrant. He did it on purpose. He set me up. He pretty much was like, yeah, you always kick me out when something happens, but my name's on this lease too, so you're gonna leave. You know what I mean? And everything in that house belonged to me. Everything in that home was mine. You know what I mean? But sure enough, I had no choice. I had my mom. I was like, please just take Luna. Like, take my dog. Please, like, man, we were in the middle of a bunch of shit that time. This is where my life started changing, though. This is where it started, okay? It took a long time before it did. Tuki, thank you. But this is where it started. So everything happens for a reason, man. It was a lot of eye-openers for me. You know what I mean? I don't know why I'm talking about this shit. I think just because I'm talking about memories, but, she's like, I can't, you know, because of her other dogs. I was like, fudge, you know. And I was like, well, can you take Saya, you know, to, no, Saya wasn't there. Saya was with Christine. So I think I called Christine. I was like, I think I'm going to jail. Can you please keep Saya? You know what I mean? Or here's my mom's phone number in case you guys want to alternate. And I told her, please help with Saya. Please, like, I beg of you, like, if she needs help, can you, I know I'm going to go to jail. She came and got the boys, showed up, and she's like, yeah, they're out here, JJ. And I was on the phone with my mom, and she's like, you need to come out here. It's going to be worse. I was like, fuck. So finally I had to go out there. Sure enough, they arrested me, man. They arrested me. Nothing I could do about it. Bradley had the upper hand. And now everything in that house was going to be left to him. I ended up being in jail for 2.5 weeks, y'all. Or 2 weeks, some shit like that. And, bro, I was so worried about my dog, y'all remember? And then when I got home, he didn't even tell me until the day I was getting out. And I called, and my mom told me that Luna passed away. And I was like, what? And she's like, yeah, we didn't want to tell you. I guess my mom, she said, I didn't know until yesterday or the day before yesterday or something. And I wouldn't really call them a whole lot because no one really put money on my books. And then when I would call, no one would really talk to me. You know, it was just, I didn't expect anything more, but it was okay, whatever. And she was like, I guess he said that she's been sick, and I guess Ivan, you know, Bradley's brother, was trying to help too. And I know he did tell me that he took Bradley like some stuff to give her, but it didn't help. I guess he waited till it was too late. She was already like done ski before he like told everyone, and then everyone tried to help and intervene. And I guess my mom had took him some like CBD drops for dogs too to try to help her, and like all kinds of shit, Pedialytes and all kinds of shit. But I guess she got parvo, and she was already too sick, I guess, pooping blood. And y'all remember? And she passed away, and they didn't tell me till I was getting out. I was getting out that same day, and I was like, what the hell? So while I was waiting to get out, I ripped up my blanket because my blanket was gray and white. Sorry. Every time something happens, it loses sound. But anyways, I ended up that day, because I was getting released that day. I ripped up my blanket because it was the same color as hers, and I braided and made like a necklace thing, and I ended up putting it in my car, like hanging it on my car. And I was so hurt. I wasn't even excited to get out. When I got home, I still have the videos and pictures, y'all. I recorded it all. I did. I had to walk home, and Bradley decided to leave, knowing that it had been 2 weeks or whatever, and I was finally getting out. Didn't like have Saya there waiting for me or to welcome home or like anything. He ended up bouncing out of town and going to Albuquerque, knowing that my dog just passed away too, and I just found out about it. Instead of being there to comfort or even clean up the mess or even clean up, he bounced out of town that same day. And I was like, what the hell? And so I came home, right? Didn't have Saya yet. I walked from the jail to my house. I walked, and it was freezing cold. I'll never forget it. And I recorded. I had a little bit of battery left on my phone, and I recorded walking up. When I walked up, her kennel was outside, all disgusting. I walked into the house and opened it. He left it unlocked for me, and my house was trashed. You know how many houses I have had trashed because of him? I'm talking about trash. I remember, and I recorded me walking in there, and I just had a feeling it was going to be bad. Thank God Saya never was with him the whole time. Christine kept him, and my mom kept him. They, like, alternated. Thank God. I begged them to. There was spots of, like, stuff, and I think it was from Luna, like either throwing up or like pooping. I don't know. And it had a smell, had like parvo smell in the house. And I was like, oh my God. He didn't even have the dignity to clean. Didn't care. He said supposedly he took care of her, but I'm like, hell no. You would have cleaned her area, had, you know, and it made me so, it broke my heart. It broke my heart. It did, because I was like, my baby. Y'all know I loved Luna so much. And it hurt me because a lot of people threw in my face about her passing, and I had nothing to, like, I had no control, bro. I would have came up with the money. I would have did a raffle. I don't even give a shit. To put her even in the dog hospital if I had to. Even if it was $6,000-$7,000, I would have raised the money. Y'all know me. I would have, like, and, I remember going into my bedroom, and it was freaking trashed. My closet shit was, I was like, what the hell was he doing, dude? Dishes piled up, food on the stove. And I just came home after 2 weeks of being in jail, you know, and, all on Saya's, it was on Saya's toddler bed. Like I said, thank God Saya was not in the home. I don't know what Bradley was doing. I don't even know what the fuck. If he was at the house partying there, I don't know what the hell. But I have pictures of it, y'all. And on Saya's bed, it looked like that's where Luna, like, it looked like she had been laying on it, like laying on his toddler bed, like for comfort, to be comfortable, you know, because hers was sicky, probably. And there was like spots that looked like blood. I don't know, because you know when they have parvo, sometimes they poop blood and stuff, and that's what it looked, and it was like dripped down even on the floor, on his bed. I had to throw the whole bed, mattress, and everything, y'all. I had to, I threw everything. I threw a lot of shit from that house away, got rid of it, and it broke my heart, and I, like, for some reason, I felt like that's where she was probably laying for comfort, was inside his bed, bro. And it fucked me up. Y'all remember how bad it effed me up? And then I got bullied for her passing away. And I could never, like, deal with Bradley the same. And that's whenever we decided, fuck it, I can't be here. And I got Saya. And I packed our bags. Do y'all remember? And I went live. And we literally, that day, I think it was that same day, we got in the car, I picked up Saya, and I left to Dallas. I was like, I need to get out of here. I need to get away. Never had traveled, never had nothing on my own, and do y'all remember? And we hit the road, and we left to Dallas. I was like, I need to go somewhere. And we experienced, like, us our own little vacation for the first time ever. I was so scared driving somewhere. Had never drove nowhere like that before. We were in the car for like 8 hours driving. It was bad, and I was done. I was like, I can't live like this no more. Like, I can't. I'm telling you, I went through a lot of shit, but that's whenever my life started, like, I started wanting to do better. I still fucked up because I was used to that lifestyle. You know what I mean? I still wasn't perfect. I still had days where I was like, okay, fuck it, go out tonight. Or, you know, but I was working on myself. And then I started, you know, that was when I started working and shit. And, after that, y'all remember, I needed a getaway, a break to think about things. I was hurting because of my dog, and I still had to go back to that house and clean everything up and get my stuff. And I had Sai, a little cute baby, and that trip, y'all, I know y'all helped me with that trip, but that trip was probably the best thing I could have done, was just get the hell away. And I thought about everything, and about my life, and me and Saya just went and experienced new things together, just me and him, in a new place we never been before, in a hotel, and far away from home. Like, we just hit the road. And when I got back, remember I told y'all, I'm out of here. I'm out of here, and we started looking for me my own house without telling Bradley. And I made the decision. I remember when we found the house and I found someone that would work with me with the deposit. She's like, I'll let you pay it out. Like, you don't just give me the first month's rent. And I was like, perfect. Y'all remember? And I packed up everything, got a U-Haul on my own. My family barely even knew. No one helped me. I did it all by myself, girl. By myself. And that's why I said I left a lot of shit in that house. Because I was like, fuck it. And, we loaded up that small little U-Haul of everything. And I worked my butt off while he was at work. And I was like, I'm going to be gone. And then he's not going to know where I live. Nothing. He came home to the house pretty much empty. There was just some of the stuff in there. But I took majority of, like, the important shit. I think I even left the couches there. I did. I want to say I did. No. No, that was when I was already had the gray couch. No, I took the couch. So, Aaron's came and helped me move the couch, thank God, to the new house. But, oh my God, y'all remember? And I moved, and he had no idea where I lived for a while. Until he finally found out where I lived. And then he ended up showing up and knocking on the door all the time. Do y'all remember? But that's when I went no contact another time. He didn't know where we lived. He didn't know where we left, where we were. Nothing, girl. And I just bounced and got my own place, and it was just me and Saya. And that's when I finally started being like, remember I used to cry and be like, I don't want to do this no more. I want a better life. I wanted this. I wanted that. I have goals. That's when it all started. That's when it all started. Yeah, and his mom's stuff was still there. Yep. I left it all. I was like, psh. It was bad. But we left on our own, and I did good for a while, and then it went from him finding out where I lived and showing up in the night and all that stuff, and then I felt bad because that's whenever he started doing the F word, the Fenty. That was when that was new, being a huge thing in our town. Oh my God, y'all. And then that's whenever it went back to me, like, being so scared that he had almost lost his life so many times. And then remember, I gave in, let him come in the house and try to help him detox and try to, like, I was so scared for him. Like, I thought we were going to lose him, dude. He was so lost because his brother had passed away. Oh, it was so bad. It was such a dark place. It really was. But I was worried for him, and I wanted to help him so bad. But I wanted to help my life at the same time. And I was focused on what I needed to do, but I wasn't quite there yet. So I was like, oh God, my life, guys, was all over the place. I was like trying to maintain this, but then trying to focus on my goals, but then trying to like be worried about him all the time and scared for him, and then trying to help. Like, my life was all over the place. I was trying to maintain everything that I wanted to do, plus what I was still doing, plus, gosh, man, I went through a dark place. That's whenever finally, remember, I was like, I need to get out of this town. I can't be here. And that's when we decided, I told Nate, she was already living in Texas, and I was like, I need to get away. I need to get out of here. Because if I'm living here, he's always going to find where I'm living. I'm going to worry about him to the point of me driving around finding him where he's at. I'm going to be stuck. I'm going to be stuck of continuing the cycle. And I can't. I was like, maybe if I'm gone and it's forced. And then finally that same day, I'm telling you, the same day I made the decision, fuck it. Me and Nate went house hunting. She was like, well, let's go look. And I was like, let's do it. I made a rational decision. We found a house like an hour later, girl. I signed the lease and everything. Yeah. It was that same day. Y'all remember? And I was like, I'm leaving. I'm moving. And it was probably the best decision I could have ever made for myself. And yeah, I was scared. I was scared all the time that Bradley was going to lose his life. If I left, what's going to happen now? You know what I mean? But I had to. I had to, because I wasn't gonna reach any of my goals that I wanted to do, because I was so worried about him all the time. You know what I mean? Protecting him and worrying about him, and like, is he alive? Where is he at? Getting calls of him being at the emergency room because he OD'd, and like, oh God, y'all. And I finally had to, and it was the best thing I could have ever did, was get up and leave this town. And here I am again. And for what? I don't even get to see the girls more. I should have stayed where I was happy, y'all. I should have. I love my home, though. If I could just pick this up and go to Texas, I would. But, gosh, best decision I could have ever made for myself. And in a big, hard, tough one, I cried. When we packed up all of our stuff, my dad helped me. It was just me and him did it all. And we bounced. I remember riding in the, because I couldn't like take the U-Haul and my car at the same time, so I had to drive the U-Haul and then drive it back and then pick up my car, and we had to take trips back and forth with the U-Haul, which was very expensive, but I had no other way to do it, you know. And I remember the last load, and I remember it was he had to ride with me in the U-Haul because I had nowhere else, right? But I remember him being so little with his little curly hair, just looking out the window, happy as can be, so excited that we were in a big, giant, bouncy truck. And the Christian music radio was on, and that's all you can hear, you know? Like, they didn't have a whole lot, and that's the only one that was working. And those trucks are loud and bouncy, you know what I mean? And I just remember, like, just looking in the rearview mirror at the big old semi, and I was so scared to drive it. And looking at him, just thinking like, dude, here's the beginning. You know what I mean? Here's to a new life. Like, looking at him thinking like, I never want you to go through this trauma stuff again. Like, you deserve so much better. And he was just in a great mood. He was so excited. He didn't even pay attention that I was crying or nothing. He was so happy to be in that freaking big old giant truck. He thought it was fun as hell. And I just that's all that was going through my life, is like, man, like, but I was also hurting because I felt, remember I used to tell you guys, I felt like I was leaving Bradley behind. Like, I was changing my life and bettering myself, working on it. But at the same time, I felt like I was abandoning him. Remember, I had that guilt, like, what if something happens to him and he passes away and I wasn't there to save him? Remember, I used to go through those phases. It was so hard, y'all. No one will ever understand how hard it is to make certain decisions for yourself. And it was the best thing I could have ever did. I still struggled when I got to Texas, don't get me wrong, and then Bradley ended up down there. But, hey, we go through things, we go through mistakes, we gotta learn. But everything that I went through, I was headed in the right direction. I had some fallbacks here and there. We would fall back and then come back up and then fall back. But I was headed in the right direction. You know what I mean? And it took a lot of mistakes. And a lot of, it did. It took a lot. But we did it. Finally, we did it. finally I was getting to the point of cutting ties and not caring and not only making it on a friendly level and, you know, all those things. And every time that Bradley would want to go to rehab and call me and be like, I want help. Y'all know I was always there to be like, okay, I'm not going to tell you no. Anytime he would ask me, like, I want to get help, I would be like, well, I'm here for you. Remember? And then I would stop and go find him and take him to AA classes. I took him to 2 different rehabs. And then he would go off and do his own shit again and fuck up. But he knew that if he ever called me and said, I'm ready to try again, to get help, to get clean, to change my life, all right, can you take me to go try to get a job? Sure. You know, I would always make sure that I'm trying to better my life and I can't do this no more. But I didn't want to abandon him, but I'm still going to be here for you if you want help. You know what I mean? I'm never going to tell you no to help you because I know he had nobody. I had nobody. You know what I mean? So I always made sure, to this day, y'all know me, to this day, anytime anything happens, like, but he wants to do better or it's a situation or I always am there. You know what I mean? And it's hard. It's hard. It is. The hardest thing is loving an addict. And that's not even my whole story, y'all. That's just one part, girl. I don't know what led into talking about that, but maybe I needed to. Maybe I needed a reminder of how far I've come. Even though I know I'm not perfect and people beat me down every day, and I know I'm still fucking up, or I'm not the best mom, or I don't give Donnie my whole freaking world, you know? I don't give him my backbone and the last shirt I got. You know, I may not do the most, but I try, you know what I mean? And yeah, certain things that happen or kind of knocks me down and makes me not want to try as hard because I'm like, for what, you know? But I can't let myself get back down, and that's what's been happening here lately is remember I told y'all I'm starting to go back into a dark place, and I hate that, or I'm taking steps back, or I'm seeing my old habits start coming back around, and I'm like, no, JJ, it's rough. It's rough. And it makes you not want to keep going. It makes you not want to fight for something. It makes you not want to do the most because it's like, for what? It starts to mess with your mind, you know? When you're being put down on a daily, it can really mess with you. And it makes you kind of give up, but I always try again. I may, you know, fuck up a little bit, but then I always get up and try again. And then try again. We'll try again. I feel like that's all that matters. But I better get off here, y'all. I want to take the kids to get some ice cream. Let me take this box out. I need to put some cereal in this. Y'all want to go and put some cereal in this? Sorry, we had a little moment of being in the car, which we didn't need to. There was no reason. I'm going to take the kids to go get some ice cream. I'm not going to have no ice cream, though. I'm actually not big of an ice cream person. Who's that? Why they park like that? Let's go put cereal in this, and then we'll take the kids out to get some ice cream. Ugh. Y'all, when I say it, I feel like I'm walking like a weirdo. I'm walking like there's a stick in my bow tie because my legs are so sore. What are you doing? Did I tell you not to play up in there because my room's a mess? And you are anyway? Son, see what I mean? Why you get in trouble because you don't listen?
No, Mommy.
Ow, my
There
legs.
is no controller in your room or in my room, so that's why I just have to use my other controller that was always connected downstairs. My other controller.
want to go get ice cream?
Yes.
Yes.
But it's a cold day.
No, it's actually warm out there. I mean, it's a little chilly, but it's not like freezing, baby. It's not.
I'm not gonna go.
I need to clean up the kitchen too. Yeah, we ain't even. It's almost 6 o'clock. We ain't even been in that craft room.
Mom, I thought you was in your craft room, but you wasn't because the light was on.
Hmm?
You gotta turn your light on. So. It's warm outside. I don't feel no cold.
That's what I said. It's nice.
Okay, no.
We have to go tell brothers, see if they ask them if they want to.
No, I don't want to bring them. And this right now will. Since you didn't drink your drink, I drink it.
Okay.
I drink some of it because I kind of liked it. So I wanted to try this, but I didn't know who was giving me it. So I tried to try yours. I saw it was empty. There's no food on it. Ah, Hi. Ow, my head.
What were you playing, Roblox?
Yes, I'm playing Roblox. And I found my favorite game that I have on my Xbox. Jeez, I got it. Here you go.
These actually aren't as big. What's up with me not buying big enough ones, y'all? I want them to be like really big.
Flying. What's in the fridge?
Huh?
What's in the fridge?
I know. You hungry now? Did you never eat your food?
My stomach doesn't hurt or haven't growled yet.
I don't see how. What about some cereal?
I don't know.
You really need to eat, baby.
None
You
of
just
us-
starved.
None of us haven't been eating these cinnamon applesauce. I think it's because since these cinnamon applesauce are back there, they can. I think other people that open the fridge can't see the cinnamon applesauce, and we haven't got rid of it. We need to do this. But I like that applesauce. I also like cinnamon applesauce, so that's why I'm keeping that cinnamon applesauce to myself.
Oh, yeah? Dang, I wanted big ones. These aren't even big, y'all.
They don't even look big.
That's what I'm saying.
They're just
They're not even big.
they're just long for stuff that are long.
Big ones are at Walmart. Shit, this ain't even big. This is like the size I need for like rice.
Yeah.
I don't think this bag will fit in here.
Yes, not.
Damn it.
Let's get another one. Give me another one.
No, that's it. Maybe Blaze will eat it.
Yeah.
Want a bowl of cereal?
No.
Alright, I want to get rid of all these boxes and shit, you know?
Yeah. Can I throw this box away?
I should have just got them at Walmart.
Did
Someone said the Dollar General
I
too.
throw this box away?
It won't fit in there. Just sit it on top.
Another one. Easy peasy. It fits. For a second, it didn't fit, so that's why I just smushed it down.
Dang.
I smushed the top down, and then it fits. Ew.
Because the kids don't be closing the bags and shit. So that way this will keep it. The whole.
I don't think they're gonna close it either.
Hmm?
I don't think they're gonna close it either.
What?
These lids, I don't think they're gonna close.
Oh, you're mad.
Oh, that's on the bag. That looks like.
I have 2 boxes of Cheetos.
and it was for them. That'd be really cool. What, do we have one more?
Yeah, I might use these ones for the rice and
Oh,
shit.
yeah, we have 2 more. Yay.
Instead of the other ones that I had.
Oh, my phone. Look at the legs. Upside down. What? What did you say? What did you say that are for those other ones? Ow, my leg. Just now. I want to shake this. They're pretty cool. It's pretty satisfying.
Satisfying?
Yeah, when you shake that.
The lid goes the other way. How? There, you can't move the lid. What you mean? She said from the hard part, girl, the whole roundabout of this is the same on all sides. Oh, like the handle. Oh, okay, I see what you're talking about. Oh, the handle part. I see what you're saying.
I'm putting
I
some
was like,
of
girl, it's
these.
the same.
I'm putting some of these
This
applesauces
part, right?
in the fridge.
I see what you're saying.
Well, I'm putting applesauce in the fridge.
No, we don't need no more stuff in there. Wait till those other ones are gone.
There's a little room.
There we go.
There's a little room for 2 applesauce, so I put 2 applesauce there.
No.
Yes, there's a little room. There's a little bit.
No, 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 no.
You make me have no. I don't have no. I don't have no. I don't have no legs anymore now. I don't have no legs anymore now. I can't
You
walk.
got school tomorrow. We got to go to bed at a decent time tonight. You
I
hear
don't
me?
have legs anymore.
Tomorrow is back to school day.
Look, I don't have legs anymore now. That's a
Back to
so
school.
slippery.
Yeah.
I fell.
Back to school. Yeah. Yeah. Da, da, da. Back to
Bye bye. I'm like, I was just playing. I wasn't gonna close the door on you.
Back to
With the
school.
light off. But you can put goldfish in that.
Yeah, that way it's easier to store.
I want to put the goldfish. It's just a little bit.
Yeah, that'll work.
See, get these going away. I like goldfish. I like goldfish. Let me take them. Yummy. Owie.
Shit. Damn it, we need bigger ones. Oops. Oh my god, my legs. Ooh.
It's okay. I can help.
Dude, I can't imagine surgery. How sore you be? It's like triple the soreness of this. Do you like feel like you can't even move?
This trash can is filled.
Dang it. I'm really upset. I wish we had bigger ones.
Happy.
Oh, I always be wasting my money on.
I love goldfish.
This is the best snack for the kids. They always eat them. Gotta
That's
have goldfish.
why-
So I always buy the big ones.
Yeah. It's still fine because there's
Want
still
some in a
that-
bowl?
Yeah.
Just make sure you eat them in time.
Now we now have some gone. We have a little more gone now since I put some in.
Okay, we'll be able to pour the rest in here. Through this part.
I want some of this Kool-Aid. I kind of actually like this. This is pretty yummy.
Yeah, there we
But
go.
first I have to eat mine.
Eat it off the floor.
Did you just say eat something off the floor?
Mm-hmm.
Why? You're the
What?
I found a marker on the floor. I found a marker on the floor, so you can have this marker. I did. Wait. You're gonna go to school?
No.
Oh.
I'm trying to build this up more.
Hello. It's already getting a little nighttime.
It is.
Okay, hurry up.
That's why. Yeah. Did you tell brothers?
Oh, yeah, I forgot to.
These boys will be set for school tonight. Well, this would be stored more instead of all these bags, you know. Then I got that one. Oh, I want to put the Cheerios in that one. I got a mess in here. Gotta clean up this spaghetti shit. Oh man. My legs are so sore. Like over here. 5-second rule. Look, we got all these shirt prints.
Mom, I said I was gonna ask them.
Where's my country cowgirls?
Mommy,
Hmm.
I said I was gonna get brothers when we are gonna leave, but don't leave yet because I don't want to mess up the car even more. Or get more dirty because
Oh, with your snack?
yeah. And I might forget the bolts. They have the car.
This one's so pretty.
Where's it pretty? What, that?
Mm-hmm. I love that one.
That one's
I wish I would
scary.
have bought more.
That one's scary and cool.
Clean. Crying sesh. Look, we had a little cruise and crying about. Oh, dang, are you okay?
I'm okay.
Dang, got you right with my elbow.
That's
Did it get you in the eyeball or the eyebrow?
my head. I want some.
Bring me that other cup.
Okay. I still
Yeah,
have
whacked
a
it right in
little
the
more of it left, so. It's yummy.
We have to go to bed early tonight. Do you hear me?
You
There's
know
school
what?
tomorrow. It's not up to you. We're not going to do like we did last night. We have school.
I hope
Seriously.
I don't get a bad grade.
No, I think you'll be alright. You've been doing pretty good. I'm going to take another half of this so we can get motivated tonight. Anyways, I guess I'll get off here.
Ah.
I'll see you guys when we go to the craft room, okay? Bye!